Good afternoon, everyone. So it is 4:30. It is not exactly 5, but I missed my Wednesday live. So I wanted to make sure that I hopped on here even if I had things to do because I don't want to not continue. So for today's quote, I'm going to go ahead and recite a quote and talk about this quote. This quote was written by Lao Tzu, which is an ancient Chinese philosopher and writer. So his quote states, "The soul has no secret that the behavior does not reveal." And it has more, but I would like to talk just about that part. So once again, it says, "The soul has no secret that the behavior does not reveal." And I want to talk about that deal and believe it's so true. When you are going through something, say, I don't know, negative or tragic in your life, you tend to display it outwardly. You show it based on, the way that you are reacting, right? And that comes to be the behavior. The soul is feeling pain, the body reacts, right? So that's where the behavior comes from. And I wanted to talk about this because I don't think I understood that when I was younger, or even when I was a little more closed-minded or not too aware or conscious of myself. But I remember, for me, I always would smile and I would always be like this happy person. I've always kind of been that way, but I didn't understand, for example, myself in high school. I did some shady things to, like, say, friends or other people, and I was not too the nicest, but I also was never expressing how I was feeling internally because I was afraid of being judged or being different or just not being understood. And based on my behavior, which was always so aggressive, the person that was aware or a little bit older than me would have been able to notice that there's obviously something not right, either in my household or happening in my private life, in order for me to display these emotions or be this reactive to people. And of course, in the long run, I started hurting others without that being my intention. So I think that it's very important for us to be able to be as aware and conscious of our behavior, because that is where we are going to be able to tell what's going on in our soul, like deeper within ourselves. For example, now that I'm older, I've had the opportunity, the blessings, the privilege, whatever word you want to put it, to have very good experiences. I've been able to have really good jobs, well-paying jobs, these awesome titles. I've been able to be part of a research program in Stanford as an internship. I've just been able to do a lot of things for myself. And I still wasn't happy. And I wasn't happy because I was looking for the next best thing or the newest and latest. I just wasn't happy because although I was doing all of these things, I still didn't feel fulfilled. I still didn't feel like it was filling up my cup. And what my soul was telling me was that that's not where I'm supposed to go. I just wasn't listening to that. I was reacting to society. I have to go to school. I have to have internships. I have to have these really good high-end, education or whatever in my resume. And then I stopped to realize that's not what I want to do, Like, yeah, it feels nice to have like an elite school in your resume if you're following a certain path or a certain pattern, but I'm not really, uh, I guess, happy going down that path. And today I come to realize the reason that I wasn't able to keep a job or a position, not that I'd get fired, but after 6 months to 8 months, maybe at most 2 years, I get tired of like, what am I doing? This is so redundant. It's the same thing over and over. Maybe a different person or a different situation, but it was about the same thing. And then I realized, okay, I'm like stuck, right? There's nothing else for me. Like, this is not where I want to be, and I'm back in this like groggy mood and just unsatisfied, and feeling miserable, blaming the freaking traffic. But in reality, it was my soul telling me, like, stop pursuing something to look nice. Stop pursuing something to be part of. You don't have to be part of anything. Be yourself. And I realized that by being myself, I've learned way more than when I was getting educated in school. I've learned to just be myself and be as present as I can possibly be, and overflow my cup with the things that satisfy me. And from there, work on this overflow. And I can feel, in the inside, my soul's like thanking me every day, because I'm not perfect by all means, and I don't want to be perfect. Can you imagine how unrelatable I'll be? Boring. But I definitely do want to be the best version of myself I possibly can be every day. And that includes just me with me, not with me and anybody else. And I feel like that quote resonates a lot, or I resonate with that quote so much, because I try to do that as much as I can. As soon as I'm feeling frustrated about something or challenged or whatever the word may be, I try to just kind of step back and think, okay, what is it that my soul is telling me? What is it? And then I come to realize, oh, okay, you know what? It isn't my soul really telling me anything. These are just habitual patterns of having to kind of like be on survival mode. And so then when I take that step back, I'm able to kind of see, okay, I am being reactive to, I don't know, my partner saying something or not doing something that I want. And then, taking a further step back to analyze myself and kind of accept I don't need to control everything. I'm being too controlling right now. And controlling everything is, obviously part of, those traumatic experiences where you don't want to get hurt about things, or you just want things to be perfect. And but that's obviously not fulfilling your cup, right? Getting frustrated, putting someone else down by your energy being so low, you're not winning at all. Even if things end up going your way, you really aren't winning. So I really like that quote, because it does say the soul has no secret that the behavior does not reveal. If you are always angry, that's revealing inside, internally, how you're feeling. And I've had sometimes people tell me like, oh, if you know how I am, like, why do you push the subject or whatever, right? And it's like, ew. Like, you're limiting yourself to just this little box. Like, really, that's how you are? That's as far as you can go? And but no judgment, because of course I've been there before, right? But it just shows in the inside. It's showing the emptiness of the inside. So for me, I really like that quote, because it allows me to understand, why am I not flowing with ease? You should be able to flow with ease. Your days should be able to go by so fast, okay? Because you're not being resistant to anything. You're not fighting. You're not controlling. You're not manipulating. You're not having things go your way. You're literally just like walking on your way. You're like walking on that path. And, you know, for example, for me, when I first started my coaching business, it was so inevitable to kind of feel some style of like, kind of like either competition or comparison, like, oh my God, this person has so many years and I'm just starting, or oh my God, this person just started like me. And it was just kind of like this battle. But the moment I decided to step back and say, you know what, Amber, like, do the best that you can with what you have and guide others the same way that the universe, God, and yourself has been able to guide you. And I'm just like so happy now because I feel like it's actually working, like I don't have to sit here and compare myself to someone who my day one is never going to be like their year 10. And my year one is not going to look like someone's day one. And that's okay. And I feel like when you are having those emotions and that feeling of like stuck or anger, even excitement, like listen to it. It comes out on your behavior. If you're happy, then your soul's happy. And if you're mad and just irritated and frustrated, your soul's telling you something. Stop. It's a stop. Stop. Stop right there. Step back and analyze what's going on. You don't have to be judgmental about it. Be very compassionate and loving towards yourself. But at the same time, step back and accept that you don't know everything and that you can't control everything. But what means the most to you? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to feel fulfilled? And if you do, then how can you go about the situation to change it? And, I really believe that's going to be one of the best ways to shift your energy and change from where you are to where you want to be. It's all about watching yourself. We don't have to watch anybody else. All of the answers are within ourselves. Watch yourself. Every little moment, why does this person make me mad? Because, this person made me mad today. Nobody makes you mad. There's no button that says, I'm going to make you mad. It is the way that you're reacting because you have some unhealed, unresolved situations that you're not tapping into. And, those are the moments that you have the opportunity to tap into them. If you're mad, you're frustrated, what is going on? What am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? It's okay to sit in your feeling for a little bit. But then once you understand what's going on, step back and think, now how can I go ahead and help myself? How can I get out of this feeling? So that's definitely a quote that I wanted to share with you guys because I love it. And I can go on and on and on, but I'm going to keep it nice and short. So that is pretty much as I'll share today. But it says, once again, it's Lao Tzu. It says, the soul has no secret that the behavior does not reveal. It doesn't mean that if somebody gets mad at you or if somebody throws shade at you, that you're going to try to turn around and say, oh, there's something wrong with you. You have an issue. No, because you want to also understand that there's probably something that you're saying or doing that's also coming across differently. So just because you're not the person being reactive, if the other person's being reactive, you still want to also analyze yourself. That's also an opportunity for you to analyze. Was I correct? Did I overstep an invisible boundary that maybe this person hasn't put up yet or told me about it? So I'm definitely not dismissing anybody's emotions here. So when someone else gets mad, it's not like, oh, well, let them get mad, whatever. Probably try to understand, did you play a part in it? And once you kind of boil down to the factor of like, no, I didn't play part in anything, then you can step back and just kind of give that person some space until they kind of collect themselves. But at the end of the day, everything that I talk about here, I always talk about I and myself and my experiences, because I will never talk about something in the sense where you have the right to tell someone else. You can only worry about yourself. That's all I do, is worry about myself. Take care of myself, my well-being, my health, because all I can do is take care of myself. I can only take charge of my life. And I have my children, of course, but I cannot tell them how to behave. They're children. I want to explore. So here is always going to be about you, or the I. How can collectively we all get into this place of just pure love, happiness, and joy. So I hope you find these helpful, to help you open up, understand, and digest yourself. I really want to say thank you to everyone that joins me and everyone that shares their experiences with me. I love it. I am super grateful for that. And I'll be back on Monday with another quote. Have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. And see you guys soon. Let's see.